This is the definitive guide to pride and shame. It will help you build better relationships, identify these emotions and label them, therefore building intimacy, resolving conflict with more grace, and choosing clarity and understanding over chaos and disarray. Pride and shame are intense emotions. Pride is the original sin. It is one of the 7 deadly sins. Shame is the pits of hell. Despair, agony, a literal death march. So this is intense. In this video, we'll help you avoid the common traps and we'll illuminate the difference between these two in a bunch of different ways. So let's get right into it. The difference between pride and shame is kind of where they're similar. So they're similar in that they are both global evaluations of the self. They both kind of evaluate themselves, you as a person, in opposite ways. So where pride will say, I am the best, it will say, I am important. I am important. Shame will say, I am bad. I am the worst. I am not important. And you see, it's almost as if shame comes from pride because it's still saying that you are important, that you are relevant over what? God. You say, I am important. And when you're saying that, what you're not saying is that God is important. And you don't say that with pride either. Pride is the original sin. It is the pride before the fall. Well, what fall? The fall from grace. Pride is when, and everybody does this, by the way, even if you say you're not, you're denying it. It's very, very low on the consciousness scale. Pride is taking credit for creation, and pride is assuming control. It separates you from God. Pride is when you're taking control, taking credit for creation. I'm saying you do something, anything you do, you say, I just did that. You see that? That was me, I did that. And it's separating you from God. Pride is when you say, I think, therefore I am. That's the core of the ego. I think, therefore I am. It assumes that you are the most relevant and important thing in existence. It's necessary for survival, but you get the point. Shame is the pits of hell. Shame says, I am totally bad, and I will be bad forever, and there's nothing I can do, so I'm doomed to just wait around for my death. And that's what shame is. And of course, these are both mental distortions. They cloud your perception of reality so that you can't accurately discern what's going on in reality, in the objective world. When you're in the clutches of shame, you're not able to see the result of your actions. You can't make the correct cause and effect statements. See, if you go out and you try to do something and it doesn't go your way, you just use that as confirmation that you are bad instead of using it and learning from it, saying that, when I do this, then I get that result. You say, when I'm me, everything is bad all the time. And you lose that discernment. You lose that discernment. Pride also robs you of discernment. And these are going into the traps of pride and shame. See, the trap of shame is that you lose agency. When you are totally bad, there's nothing you can do about it, so why even try? It's just the shame will say, I am bad. There's just nothing I can do. And of course, that's believing the lie. that's getting sucked down in the pits of hell. And the trap of pride is that of denial. You think, I am the best. I am the greatest. I could do no wrong. I know everything. I don't need to know that. That's stupid. And so what happens is you become so bought in to the evaluations of yourself being the best that you can't take in new and relevant information and perspectives. And of course, this is ultimately the downfall of pride. One of the differences between pride and shame, I wrote it here, I'm going to read it to you. Pride is the upper ranking heights of hell. Chaos and crime lords, exploits and short-sighted gain. A fool's paradise. Shame is the lower levels of hell. Victims and slaves. Numbness and agony. Death march. Alright, so obviously an intense topic. This is one of those videos that I've actually made before, but I looked at it and I said, wow, I really need to redo that, so I did. So the whole point of this channel is to help you see and think clearly by being able to identify and label these emotions. By being able to avoid the traps, you will more accurately be able to see reality. You gain more discernment. You're able to use them for what they are. They are useful. Shame is useful in getting you to do things. But then beyond that, it is not very useful. Shame actually is useful. The use of shame is that it is a course correction on the behavior of small children. So say a child is about to walk into a road, you can quickly yell at it and it will stop. Course correction. That's all that shame is meant for. Of course, it gets very twisted. I'm sure you know that. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.